Hey guys, welcome to the Slim MMA YouTube channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day today and the new year's treating you all very well. I'm presenting to you the UFC Fighter video game night tier list, where I'm going to be ranking fighters based on how much fun I think they would be to play video games with. So if you're in the Conor McGregor tier, you're Conor McGregor. If you're in the peak tier, you can play just about any game with this person and have the absolute time of your life. If you're in the occasionally tier, I wouldn't play with this person all the time, not on my main gaming rotation, but would still have a good time when we did play together. If you're in the kick from the party tier, just not the vibe you want when you're playing video games. Just kick it from the party or just leave yourself. So I'm going to get straight into this. In the Conor McGregor tier, believe it or not, I have Conor McGregor. I thought we all saw that video of him playing Roblox. Quite possibly the funniest video I've ever seen. I know for sure that that was not on my bingo card for 2026. I don't think it was on anyone's bingo card for 2026. Definitely wasn't on Bedtime MMA's bingo card. But him playing Steal a Brain on Roblox just as Ice Spice and him just having the absolute time of his life was the funniest video I've ever seen. So I could only imagine if you were playing video games with Conor McGregor, you'd just have the absolute time of your life. You could be playing anything and yeah, you just have so much fun. So Conor McGregor has his own tier because playing with him would be above peg. It'd just be the best moment ever. So Conor McGregor in the Conor McGregor tier. Next up in the peak tier, I have Alexander Volkanovski. I feel like playing with Volk would be like playing with your dad. You'd have to explain the controls to him every 5 minutes. You would have told him it's RT to shoot. You'd get into your next gunfight and he'd be asking which button it is to shoot again. So that's a vibe I get from Volk. I've been playing a bit of Arc Raiders recently and I get the vibe that if Volk ever got killed in Arc Raiders, he would blow up a bit because someone wasn't friendly towards him and actually killed him. Where Volk, I feel like, wouldn't hurt a butterfly in that game. He would not shoot anyone other than the robots in that game. So Volk in the peak tier, everyone loves Volk. I feel like it'd be hilarious to play with him. You'd have so much fun. And yeah, everyone loves Volk. In the occasionally tier, I have Ilia Topuria. I feel like Ilia, you'd play like 1 or 2 ranked games, and then he'd be wanting to 1v1, and then he'd 1v1 you, and he'd beat you every single time, and he'd just be ripping into you about how bad you are. So that's why Ilya, you can only play with him occasionally. I feel like he would be fun to play with, but if you played with him too often, you'd just be 1v1ing him all the time and not actually playing the game. So Ilya, he'd be pretty toxic, so occasionally I'd be happy to play with him, but would not want to play with him all the time. For the first kick from the party, I have Michael Chandler. I just feel like Chandler, all the games would be too graphic for him. Any game with a gun, I feel like would be off limits for him. And I could just imagine you playing GTA 5 or something, and you'd drive past him, and he'd be like parked at a red light, or he'd be waiting for the light to turn green, or he'd be following the road rules in GTA. That's the vibe I get from Michael Chandler. So I think, yeah, just got to kick him from the party. Just don't want that vibe when you're playing games. So sorry, Chandler, I'm going to put you in the kick from the party tier. Going back to another peak, I've got Mighty Mouse. Mighty's gaming channel is massive. He's a gamer. It's pretty crazy that his popularity has skyrocketed from his gaming channel, probably more than his UFC career, and he was a 15-time world champion. So Mighty, he'd be fun to play with. He's a good guy. He's funny, and yeah, he might be able to carry you in some games. So I think you'd have a great time playing with Mighty Mouse. So putting him in the peak tier easily. Going back down for another occasionally tier, I have Tom Aspinall. I feel Tom would be fun to play with, but I feel like Bully Tom would come out every now and again when you're going on a losing streak or something, and he'd just start like spraying you for not playing well enough. He may even rage quit the game. I could imagine you get flashbanged and you'd go, "Mate, I can't fucking see, mate. Why are you booing? I can't see." So Tom Aspinall, he would be fun to play with, but yeah, if you went on a bad losing streak, Bully Tom's coming out, and then it's hell let loose when that happens. He'd start ripping into you, ripping into everyone on the team, and yeah, this wouldn't be the vibe. So Tom Aspinall in the occasional tier. Next up, in the kick from the party tier, I have Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat, he'd say, getting on in 5, it'd be 4 hours later, and he'd say, "I'm on now." You've already gone to bed, or you've already hopped off, you've gone to work or something, and yeah, Shavkat's just hopping on now. Pretty unreliable, just like in his UFC career. Fights once a year. You might get one day a year where, yeah, he actually shows up on time, he can actually play some games, but for the most part, Shavkat ain't rocking up, so Shavkat is going to go on the kick from the party tier. It'd be more like you'd be leaving yourself because you'd actually run out of time to play. But yeah, Shavkat would not be the vibe you want because he wouldn't be there. For another peak, I've got Sean O'Malley. Sean is also a gamer. He'd be pretty funny. I really like Sean, but the issue could be if Schmitty's playing, would not want Schmitty there. I think he's pretty annoying. But if it was just Sean, you'd have the absolute time of your life. You'd be running Fortnite, I reckon, with Sugar. So, yeah, he's funny. And he's got good chat. So, Sean, in the peak tier, as long as Schmitty's not there. If Schmitty's there, I'm probably leaving the party. Probably going to go do something else for the rest of the night. So, Sean, in the peak. Next up in the occasional tier, I have Alex Pereira. Yeah, I just don't feel like you're getting much from Alex. You ask how his day was, and you just go, Sharma. Yeah, Sharma. Yeah, it's like, well, that's cool. He doesn't really speak English, so that's probably pretty hard to actually have a conversation with. But, yeah, I feel like he's not offering that much. I like Alex, but, yeah, I would not want to play with him all the time because it'd be pretty boring, I guess. He would just say Sharma over and over again, I reckon. So, Alex Pereira, going to put him in the occasionally tier. Next up, for another kick from the party, I've got Colby Covington. I just could not stand being in a party with this guy. Do not like Colby. I mean, I've heard he's actually pretty nice when he's away from the UFC, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to act like he's in his UFC character, and yeah, that would not be fun to play with. He'd just be abusing you, I reckon, all the time. I also get the vibe that if you ever 1v1'd, you'd win like 13 in a row. He'd win one, and he would not verse you again, and he would say, yeah, I'm better than you. That's the vibe I get from Colby. So yeah, just kick him from the party. Would not want to play with him. To round off this list, in the peak tier, I have Dricus du Plessis. Dricus would be so funny to play with. I think he's one of the funniest guys in the UFC, and no doubt he would start saying some pretty loose stuff, like he'd start spraying blokes. He may even say something that's like maybe borderline racist, I'm not sure, but he'd start backtracking real quick, like someone would say, I'm reporting you, and he goes, mate, I never said that. I never said... And then, yeah, whatever he said. But I think Dricus would be a great time to play with. So he's going to go into the peak tier. And that's going to finish off this list. So hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed. Your support means the world to me. And, yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.